I'd like to begin by telling you how grateful I am to have served the last 2 terms as commissioner, and I really hope that I'm able to return to that office to complete some of the things that, as Tim just alluded to, we're in the process of doing. This is a very challenging time for government at any level. But I think the local level is where people feel it the most and have the most direct impact. There's a saying that I've heard that all politics is local, and that's certainly true. I'm not going to make any bold statements about what I'm going to do in the coming term because I know the limitations of the board as a whole and the limitations of one person as a vote on that board. But I will state without reservation, I will continue to work as hard as I have the last 6 years for the citizens of Avery County. This is a complex position. It requires a huge amount of dedication and willingness to learn. And I have learned a great deal about Avery County and have forged relationships across this region, across the state, that will benefit the people of Avery County. I am a fiscal conservative, which does not mean that I refuse to spend your money, but rather that I spend your money wisely, and that I don't just spend it for anything but at projects that provide value over time. There's nothing more expensive than deferred responsibilities. I'm proud that we were able to get a county occupancy tax. Thank you, folks, right here. After 5 long years of trying and getting it through, provide a tremendous amount of opportunities to the citizens of Avery County with no additional tax burden for the local folks. DSS just moved into a new building that will enable us to serve every citizen in Avery County. The lack of affordable broadband has been a problem for years, we know that. As Tim said, we committed over $3 million of the ARP money. That's going to be leveraged into almost $10 million through the Great Grant and CAB Grant programs. There's been sorely needed improvements made to our communication system, money designated for capital funds in the volunteer fire departments in the coming years. Entered into an agreement with Mitchell County Animal Rescue to fund a $2 million dual county animal shelter, which will benefit both counties. We've initiated several new things within the Sheriff's Department, emergency management, and these improvements and all the things that we have talked about here have been done with Avery County being in the lowest 10 in the state in ad valorem tax rate. Amen. I recognize there are complex problems before us. The lack of affordable housing is an issue. Certainly it is, as here and across the state. I'm examining creative ways to incentivize builders to provide that type of housing by creating partnerships with private individuals, private companies, and using strategies to provide not just a place to live, but homes and communities which can be strengthened. We need those people to have community and home to feed children into our school systems, to build the structure of the communities that we have. Addiction, behavioral problems are such a big part of our county and our world, tearing homes and families apart. And I am committed to working with diverse partners across the area, across our region, to try to meet some of these needs. These are all issues that I'm committed to dealing with and working for, as I have the last 2 terms. But there's another, less evident issue that is very troubling to me. That is the lack of pride in our home, the lack of pride in our county, and the willingness to believe that we're not capable of overcoming anything. If our children hear all the time that things are terrible and everyone's out to get us and we have no hope, that there's evil forces out to control us, and that's what they will believe. Social media has given everyone a platform, and there's a lot of information out there that is believed simply because it's on a website somewhere. Avery County is changing like every county in North Carolina, and the gated communities and second homes and skiers and tourists and leaf lookers will be, have been, and will continue to be a part of our county. I grew up with the belief that most people in Avery County, at least that I knew, had a view that limited government is best, It is surprising to me how often I hear that we should weaponize that government against a particular group that we don't like. Folks, we're better than that. I believe we have a different view, a higher calling. I'm proud of where I grew up, and I'm proud to have overcome many obstacles on my way to where I am now, to be a productive member of society. When I come home from the hospital in 1955, we came home to the back of a service station that my mom and dad ran. We lived there the first 5 years of my life in 3 rooms behind the Shell station, using the public bathroom. We can do better than saying it's somebody else's fault that we're not successful, that there's a problem. It's always them. We are not victims in Avery County. We are overcomers. I've been told by some people that I work for them. This is not really true, because that relationship implies that I have to do what you tell me to do, which works real well until the next person comes along and tells me something different. So you see, I don't work for you, I do something else. I represent you. I represent every citizen of this county, regardless of how much money they make, where they live, or how much influence they think they have. There's a slogan in our boardroom that says, "Together we are Avery County." I believe that, and I hope you do as well. I promise only one thing, and that I will continue to work as hard as I ever have to benefit the citizens of Avery County. My name is Dennis Aldridge. I appreciate your support.